Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well. And today we've got another new plane announced, the IRA 81C. Now the IRA is the Romanian Industria Aeronautică Română built aircraft. This was a Romanian built aeroplane, a low slung monoplane. It was designed in late 1938, I think it started design, 37, 38. When the Romanian Air Force were looking for a new plane, basically. It was built with the Gnome 14K engine, and initially it was armed with a very poor 7.5mm gun set, twin guns. No, quad guns. It had four 7.5mm or 7.7mm Brownings. That was because of the restrictions put on Romania by Germany at the time, trade restrictions. However, once they joined the Axis, the plane got a much needed increase to engine and guns, with the inclusion of 20mm cannons as well as MG. Which ones were they? Trying to think now. 7.7mm machine guns, but yeah, the 20mm cannons. Which gave this plane much needed firepower. The MG151 cannons were selected for the plane. There was a few modifications as well used, which aren't used in this one. This is the 81C. This is a late variant and was actually a ground attacker. This was designed as a dive bomber. You can actually see the bomb release there, just underneath the plane, the sling. Similar to the Stuka, which has the slinger. Also the Voigt, I think, has a similar system. So this was the ground attacker variant, basically. It was designed as a dive bomber, because Romania were waiting on an order of Stukas and they didn't come in time, so they needed a plane for this ground attack role. It was very unsuccessful in this role, mind you. It didn't make a very good ground attacker. The bomb completely ruined the aerodynamics of the plane and really hampered it. But it was a very good fighter. Okay, let's read what War Thunder has to say. So this is the release. So the IAR-81C is the final wartime modification of one of the most well-known domestically produced Romanian World War II military aircraft. This aircraft model has been created by one of our players, Vitaly Voskov, aka Nova 29R, a fantastic designer, really good job, and is part of the revenue sharing program. The IAR-81C will once more take to the skies as new user mode vehicle, coming to the game with the upcoming update of 1.79. In War Thunder, the IAR-81C will be making its way to the game as the first Rank 2 premium aircraft available in the Italian aviation tree. As such, players can expect a fairly quick and nimble fighter equipped with more than adequate firepower, capable of dealing with most threats with relative ease. The first striking feature of the IAR-81C that pilots may notice is the stretched fuselage, housing an unusually forward position cockpit. Although this unusual placement meant that the pilot experienced some difficulties when taking off and landing, the IAR-81C, with the bubble-shaped cockpit canopy, allowed for great rearward visibility, which will surely be appreciated by fans of simulator mode in War Thunder. The reason why designers chose the stretched out version of the aircraft, though, was to preserve the ideal centre of gravity on the heavier production aircraft in order to maintain the excellent controllability of the machine. Praised by many pilots, in addition to excellent agility, the IAR-81C doesn't disappoint when it comes to speed either. Powered by a 1025 horsepower license-built Gnome Roan Minstrel Major engine, the 81C is able to reach speeds of 485 km per hour at an altitude of 5,000 meters. Despite certain machines such as the earlier versions of the Spitfire and Bf-109 exceeding the performance of the 81C, the aircraft will still be able to hold its own in dogfight and make up for some of the lacking performances with its firepower. Armed primarily with two 20mm cannons in each wing, the 81C offers a very respectable level of firepower at the rank where most nations' aircraft only start to transition from rifle caliber armament to cannons. That being said, the type of mounted cannons shouldn't be underestimated either. Most cannons found at the 81C's rank are early autocannons that often feature a slow rate of fire and low accuracy. Armed with the German MG151 20 cannons, the same cannot be said for the 81C. These cannons have already gained an infamous reputation in War-Thunder pilots, who know what kind of destructive ability these cannons can inflict on mid to high tier machines, not to mention on some aircraft of the earlier ranks. Additionally, the 81C can mount a single 225 kg bomb underneath the fuselage in order to engage armoured ground targets, such as tanks and fortifications. However, suspended ordnance creates extra drag and additional weighs the aircraft down, decreasing its performance as a result. This is always worth keeping in mind when flying a machine that can act both a fighter and a bomber. Getting caught at the wrong time in the wrong place with the ordnance still attached to the aircraft can sometimes be the final nail in the coffin for pilots. The I.A.R. 81C will become available to purchase for all War Thunder pilots in the upcoming 1.79 patch. Stay tuned to the news for latest developments on the next major War Thunder patch. So, the 81C. Now, the 80 and 81 are pretty good aircraft. I reckon this does mean that we'll be getting the 80 as a standard line plane at some stage. Who knows when. A couple of interesting things for the 81. In Operation Barbarossa, this was a very fierce aircraft. It managed it managed to get around about 145 kills confirmed to only around about 35 losses. So a very good kill to loss ratio there. These planes were absolutely wicked against the earlier Russian planes. They were also very good in dogfights. Do not underestimate this plane one bit. In early 1944, mid 1944, a flight of P-38s were attacking and got caught out by a small flight of the 81Cs. The P-38s suffered 23 losses in total to only 4 losses of the 81Cs. The total loss ratio for the Americans was a 30% loss of the flight, which is a huge amount for a fighter pilot. And it was one of the biggest losses of American fighters in the war for the kill to loss ratio, everything like that. The plane managed 539 confirmed kills in the war to only 220 losses. That's a 2.5 to 1 ratio, which is a very good ratio. It's, you know, it does depend on pilots and skill and locations, things like that. But this plane is a very, very good plane, so it should be something that is really, really quite cool when it comes into the game. Okay guys, well I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and I hope you're looking forward to the next update. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this plane, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.